to Beer Mail episode number 28 of
Brutal Battle.
And it's been a long time since we've done a beer mail because people aren't really giving us beers. Let's be honest.
Who was our last beer mail from?
I don't know. I didn't look at the date. It's just, I know it's been a while. It's definitely, I won't say definitely. Probably been over a year is my guess on this one. But it just feels like a long time, you know? And it's just nice to receive beers from people. So in this instance, we received them from your sister, Emily Bowling, who lives out in Oregon. So thank you very much for that. Obviously, she has access to a whole bunch of beers that we don't. And therefore, she usually tries to bring some with her when she comes to visit, which she did recently. And usually she won't check in with us. She'll just be like, whatever she thinks we'll like. And I can't really remember her leading us astray. So that's nice. So we trust her taste in what we should be drinking. Okay. So that said, let's just get into the first beer.
So the first one she's had, and it's tried and true.
Well, do you want to introduce that one then?
It's just called Blueberry Muffin. It's a tart beer, 6%. It's a tart ale with blueberry and blueberry flavor. And it's by Great Notion.
Great Notion, yeah. Where are they out of? I think they're like
Portland, Oregon.
Okay, got it. Which I think we actually get some Great Notion out our way, but not much, and I have never seen this one. So
this is the only one out of what she gave us that I think she's had.
Okay. And did you say 16-ounce can?
No, I did not.
Okay. I mean, both these beers on this episode are 16-ounce cans. They're usually 16-ounce cans, obviously. But, there's some places that do it different.
And then she picked up some... Well, we sent her home with two Dewey Secret Machines.
Mm-hmm.
And then she herself picked up some Trogs.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Trogs.
Yeah, well, and she said that every time she comes back, she visits, she feels like she needs to pick up some Trogs to take home because they don't get it out there, apparently. And she, has a soft spot in her heart for Trogs, having, lived in the area and experienced their very good beers. I can, I'm not even smelling this, but I can smell it.
Oh, I smell the blueberry.
Just coming right out of the glass all the way over to my face.
Yeah, it's very blueberry.
Okay,
it looks...
Our lighting's not the best.
Like pinkish, red, brown.
Yeah. Primarily on the brown, but a little bit of pinkish in there.
So blueberry.
Oh, yeah.
If you did a blind test of this, you definitely would pick up blueberry.
Yeah. Now, I know there is some artificial blueberry flavoring in it, and I can smell that for sure. Like, it smells like maybe a little bit of, normal, natural fruitiness, but also a significant amount of the artificial blueberry smell. Which, honestly, I really like artificial blueberry smell.
Yeah, it still smells really good. It doesn't smell, gross.
Although, for some reason, I'm picturing it as, a blueberry chapstick.
Ew.
Because I do get a little bit of kind of a chapsticky smell in there.
Really? Now, yeah. What makes this muffin-y? I'm not getting the muffin component.
I guess it's just the blueberry. I mean, it smells a little bit smooth. A little bit creamy-ish, which I guess would be kind of on the bread side of things.
Ooh, that's good.
Is it?
Yeah. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
The nose led me to believe it was going to be maybe too much blueberry. I think it's a lot of blueberry. You're not disappointed because if you pick this up, you want it to taste like blueberry, so it won't disappoint. But it's not so much that it takes away from the tartness or the acid. It still reminds you of a beer.
Well, for me, the beginning of the sip is intense blueberry, and you do taste it we were smelling it like a natural berry mixed with that artificial blueberry. So I don't love that about it because I would like it to be just regular blueberry, just all natural blueberry flavor, but it also doesn't kill it for me. So it's that, and then for me it transitions to that lemony tartness, and then it transitions to that Naked Cheerio flavor for the finish, which you're a huge fan of.
Yeah, and I'm glad it says it's a tart ale because it's definitely not a sour.
Right, yeah.
It's definitely just a tart ale, so it's very sessionable, very approachable.
Medium-low tartness.
Yeah, it's Because some sours and some, like, I guess tart ales, like, it's hard to...
Sorry, our cat is making noise. One of them.
It's hard to, like, drink.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
like, you can't drink a whole lot of it. But this one's great.
Yeah, it's very easy to drink, but there's a lot of flavor to it. It's very pleasant. That's how I put it. It's a very pleasant beer. It's not super serious and in your face. It's kind of like... walks this line of like, it's got a decent amount of flavor, but it's also kind of like low key and easy going.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, it's good. It's definitely good. Okay, so now on to the second beer, also a 16-ounce can. This is from Bearlick Beer Company, and they are out of Portland, Oregon. This is called Noble Stout. It's a stout brewed with rolled oats, so there should be a good creaminess to it, I would assume. And the ABV on this one is 6.2. So, a low
nice.
ABV stout. Always into trying low ABV stouts. Man, this beer is very full. It, like, made a bunch, like, splash up on me when I opened it up. Because it's right at the top. Which is what you want, obviously. Alright, there's for you.
Like pillowy chocolate head.
Mm-hmm.
It's like milk chocolate. Chocolate milk.
Yeah. Well, and it should have that kind of look to it. It should be very creamy like because of
Cat again.
Hold on. Let's stop that, buddy. Okay. It should be looking like that. It should be very creamy like just because it's got those rolled oats, and that's what those rolled oats should be doing. It should make it look like very smooth, very creamy. Now we'll see what that does on the nose. Obviously it just looks like a stout.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I like this nose.
It smells so creamy and so like it's like milk chocolate.
I personally get like a dark chocolate because there's a pretty significant bitterness on there.
Yeah.
I get a little bit of an ashy note, which I'm loving with this because with that kind of like sweetness and like smoothness with it, I guess like creaminess is what I should say. With the sweetness and the creaminess, like having that little bit of ashiness
Kind of
is like,
balances out.
yeah, it's perfect to have it in there.
Smells good. I'm drinking it.
The nose reminds me of like good stouts of old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like old school, really good straight up stouts, which aren't really being made a whole lot anymore. You can find them here and there, but nowadays it's like all dessert stouts for the most part, or barrel aged stouts.
Yeah, this is just.
Oh yeah,
like no
it's
frills.
like pretty easy going.
A creamy stout.
Yeah,
there's nothing not to like. I think there's better stouts out there, but this is like a pretty good offering for just a plain stout. Like I will definitely enjoy this. It's very enjoyable.
It is definitely more bitter than I thought it would be based off the nose.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Like I'm fine with the bitterness level, but I do think this could turn some people off.
Oh, really? I don't perceive it to be that bitter.
Well, this level of bitterness isn't typically present in stouts nowadays. Mainly because they're usually adding like adjuncts that make it kind of sweeter and kind of get rid of the bitterness or downplay it a lot. This is kind of like, hey, this is a stout. It's going to be bitter. It is good. Like I was saying before, if you're into like the stouts of old, like this is one of those.
It's going to be hard for me to pick a winner because like they're both very different and both very solid offerings.
By the way, I definitely get the ash flavor in there, which I'm digging,
I do too.
which I'm digging, and it's a lot less on the sweetness in the flavor than it is with the aroma. So like the dark chocolate is there in the flavor, but it's a lot more toned down as opposed to in the nose.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's nice. I like it.
Okay.
I gotta go back to Beer A, or the first one. Blueberry muffin's nice too. Okay, so I will say
it takes the blueberry down.
Yeah, it does. I will say that neither of these beers am I like, oh, these are fantastic. They're good though. I quite like them. But yeah, they're not like fantastic beers. They're good beers. I enjoy both of them. So that said, I would make my number one the Great Notion, the Blueberry Muffin Tart Ale, because I don't know. I like the way the blueberries coming together. I feel like you were saying, like the tartness, it's not like too much. It's kind of like before I was saying easygoing, but also, enough flavor you can pay attention. And then not far behind it is the Noble Stout, which is obviously like a nice old school stout, but with a increased creaminess from those rolled oats, which I enjoy.
I agree.
Great mouthfeel on that one.
I agree.
Okay. All right. Well, this was fun. We have 2 more episodes, I think.
Just 1.5.
1.5. So maybe what we'll do is we'll have the next one, and then the one after that, we'll just still call it Beer Mail, but we'll sub in like another beer. And it's also possible that I might be able to find a beer somewhere in the house that was given to us by someone a long time ago.
Well, that could be scary.
It could be.
So it'll be like Beer Mail / Cellar Dive.
Yeah, which is fine. We can do that. But
episode.
I think that's probably where we'll end up heading. But anyway, this was a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone, for listening. If you don't know, you can listen to this through Apple Podcasts. You can listen to it through Spotify because it's available there. And then there's a bunch of other like in-betweens. I don't know if Stitcher is still a thing or not, but if it is, it's on there. But yeah, if you ever want to reach out to us for whatever reason, brutalbattlepodcast@gmail.com. Spread the word about the podcast. Give us ratings and reviews. That's always helpful. But other than that, thank you everyone for listening. Until next time.
Keep it brutal.